Ahoy! Welcome into the Junk Drawer, part of the Korked Podcast Network. We've got a very special guest this week, and his name is AD. No, today is June
thanks
7th,
for having me.
2021. What is up, junkies? I'm Austin. That's AD. What's up, AD?
What's a bigger fraud, this podcast or the Jake Paul or Logan Paul Mayweather fight?
Oh snap! Look, I actually like that. I like that you called him Jake Paul too. A little subtle dig, because
that's a little dig. Yeah,
I did stream both of those options for free on the internet without permission.
And that voice you hear is a very familiar face, a very familiar Korked Bats face. Kyle Ayers. Kyle Ayers, welcome, dude, to the freaking Junk Drawer, man.
Thank you for having me. Look at us we got logos on here. It's great.
For those who don't know Kyle, Kyle is a comedian, lives out in Los Angeles. You may have seen him last year on Conan. Then we had a minor global pandemic sweep the nation. And then after that,
just a small one.
Right. Yeah. After that, he somehow segued. Like, you would think like a global pandemic would kill all his career momentum. No, he then segued that into playing Red Rocks earlier this year. He did comedy at Red Rocks.
Took a gap off. I took a gap year.
You took a gap year. Sure.
Back around my apartment and really find myself.
Most normal people do.
Also, I should note that it is Kyle's birthday tomorrow.
It is my birthday. Next week, not today. It will be my birthday.
Right. So if you're watching live right now, he's one age. But then if you listen to the podcast or stream us later in the week, he will be another year older.
And if you're really behind, I could be a whole nother year older.
That's right. If you're playing catch up, look, and if you are listening to this podcast in 2022, shout out to all our 2022 listeners.
I wouldn't even be confident that there'll still be podcasts then. If you ask me to make a call either way, I'm not certain.
Right. Yeah. Well, with Bezos going to space and everything, who knows? Subscribe, rate, review. Tell your friends about Junk Drawer. We have to legally say that. If we have a podcast, you have to say to subscribe, rate, and review it, even though no one ever really does. But if you want to comment along during the show, you can. You can comment along, like Bittersweets Marie here says, looks like your move is coming along.
How can you tell? How can you tell? Yeah,
I know. AD just moved. If you can't tell. Oh, no, wait. Oh, she's talking about me. I don't know if you can. I legitimately pulled my computer out probably 40 minutes before we started this project.
I've never seen a more shameless attempt at a sponsorship than Austin surrounding himself with Chewy boxes. I'm surprised you don't have MeUndies hanging from the wall, a tushy bidet on the floor, and a Stamps.com t-shirt on.
This Fashion Nova too. Don't forget Fashion Nova.
Oh, this bench standing upright right now. Oh, that's a Manscaped bench.
If you want to have curated Austin ads sent to your doorstep once a month, please go to helpaustin.com/junk drawer.
Promo code Korked. Don't forget promo code Korked.
With a K.
20% off.
I'm gonna do the promo code Korked with a C just so everyone accidentally supports me.
Hey, shout out Tony X. Tony X just wants to say I won't comment. Besides this comment, just commenting to say he's not going to comment.
Great.
I'm glad he cleared that up. I
respect that. Tony X, hockey's my favorite hockey fan outside of myself. I don't know if you guys have favorite. Most people have favorite hockey players. I have favorite hockey fans. And
I do power rankings of the best fans that are people I know for various things.
I think I read that on Bleacher Report, right? It was a slideshow.
Yeah. It was a blog.
Yeah,
it was. You had to scroll through 74 ads just to get to the second option.
Right.
Speaking of ads.
Hey, before we get into Good, Back, Ugly, which is our kind of our staple, our benchmark segment each week, Kyle, name a woman.
My mom.
Nice.
Yes.
We legit used that example last week because most of the time when we have a guest host on, they suck at picking a woman. They are terrible at picking a woman.
And myself too. It's kind of taking
AD
off me for a little bit.
AD is here every week.
And Carrie Coon, the actress Carrie Coon. Third option would have been my mom a second time.
Nice. That was smart. That's smart to just go safe. Go play it. Yeah. Play it smart.
Very safe.
go with what you know, right? Like that's what they say. So,
yeah, I could pick them both out of a lineup, my mom or Carrie Coon.
All right, this is let's get into some good back ugly, and this is basically where we share you something good of the week. We share with you something that's back of the week, and then something that's ugly of the week. And as we do, we start off every week with AD. So AD, what's your good of the week?
All right, so my good of the week. I feel like I'm echoing a little bit. All right, hopefully we're better now. So over the weekend I went to brunch, with a couple guys, boys who brunch. It's pretty normal, right? Yeah, not to brag.
Yeah, just brunch with the boys, right?
Yeah, boys who brunch, mimosas, Bloody Marys, sure, whatever. But anyways, we're sitting there, and it's down the street from my house, pretty standard place, and I look over at the door, and who walks in? No other than Najee Harris, the Pittsburgh Steelers first round draft.
No way, brand new Pittsburgh
Steelers. Brand new to Pittsburgh. And he seemed to be. He wasn't with any other Steelers players. It was a bunch of. I think it was like his team. I don't know. They were all wearing 22 shirts, which is obviously his number, and it's got like Najee on the back. And this has happened to me so many times in Pittsburgh. Not bragging.
Not to brag, of course.
Not to brag, but
but I've eaten most days.
Yeah, right. Yes. But I find myself in these situations where like I have to say something. I can't not like walk out of there and be thinking about why didn't I say something? Like, why didn't I say hi? And of course, they were in the middle of eating and we were walking out. Because I just kept looking over, being like, "What's he doing over there? What's he doing?" I'm like,
"Yeah, right." You were gawking, weren't you? Were you on a level of one to gawk? Where were you at?
I like because he was to the right of me. I just just kept side eyeing, like just like looking over.
It wasn't even a subtle. It was just you were
no.
You had
you're like holding up a makeup mirror, but not doing anything at all.
Yeah, right. I actually saw him do something very funny too. He. So I guess they sat down at the table and maybe it wasn't cleared yet. I don't know. And he just went up to the host stand, grabbed like the bottle and rag and just like went and like sprayed down the table and wiped it down. And
just wow. So he busted his own table?
He busts his own table. I mean, dude, he's a man of the people.
That's the blue collar type of athlete that Pittsburgh needs.
He's already picking it up.
That is a Pittsburgh guy through and through. The fact that he's like, look, I'm not above any of these people. I'm going to go bust my own table. And then is he the best bus in Pittsburgh?
Oh, people are asking.
People are asking.
Yeah. I don't know. We'll have to bring that up with Jerome, but
the bet is rolling in. The bets are rolling in. Sorry.
The bets are rolling in. Oh, that was kind of free. That was free. A little bit.
Yeah. No, I'll give it to him. Hey, that one was free.
Thank you.
That one was free.
Take that one.
It did make my eye twitch a little bit to say it.
That one was free. That one was free.
So I'm leaving the restaurant and like, of course, they're in the middle of a conversation. They're eating lunch, brunch rather, and I just go up to. I'm like,
wait. And Tony X says, "Brunch with the thighs out." That's
right. Oh, the thighs were out too.
The thighs were out. Yeah,
thighs out, guys out.
Look, Tony X already breaking his rule that he wasn't going to comment in this episode.
I'm glad he came back.
Had to clarify. Brunch with the thighs out.
You could break your silence for that soft GH in any word.
Yeah, right. So we're walking out, and I go up to the table, and I'm like, "Hey, sorry to interrupt, guys," and I just like look over at Najee and I'm like, good luck this year.
That is the most cliche, like,
yep.
Fan, like, hey, look, I'm not going to be one of those rude fans that interrupts your lunch, but I just want to say,
if I was going to,
good luck this year. Go.
Hey, guys, I know you have food in your mouth, but football. You guys know the football. It's two cones touching.
Yeah. Hey, Najee, knock him dead this year, bud. Just like it was like you just had to acknowledge that you knew, like that it was he him. Knew that you knew he was a Pittsburgh Steeler.
Hey, man, I don't want to. Sorry to interrupt, but can I have some money?
Yeah, that's what you should have said.
What's worse, asking for money or asking for a picture? I feel like.
Do you
they're
have
both,
any of
like,
these shirts with your number on them? Maybe extra shirts with your number on them.
Tony X says you have to pull the card like you already know them.
I'm like, what's good, man? Like,
Yeah, so
good
Najee, what's up, dude? It's 8-8.
good to see you, bro. Yeah.
I run the Pittsburgh version of Korked Pats. That's what's up.
He should know, right?
He should know.
And
He should know. I mean, we are the number one Derrick Henry fan site on the internet. So
right,
Najee is
probably
like
aware.
The next coming.
What are you competing with?
Derrick
Austin's tweet drafts? Is that the second?
Yeah, that is the number 2. That is the number 2 Derrick Henry fan site on the internet.
I will say though, he was not, wasn't really trying to talk. Can you blame him though? I mean, he's just like, like
it's brunch.
He kind of like put his head down and whatever. But so I left the restaurant and then, I'm standing out there waiting for a friend and of course he comes walking out of the restaurant and walks past me.
Oh man.
Of course there's no acknowledgement, whatever.
It's like he already forgot.
I didn't say anything that time, but I watched him and his friends get in an Uber and they were on their way to the Pirates game. He threw out the first pitch like right after that. So it was like
maybe he doesn't play football. Maybe he's a baseball.
He was nervous. Oh, maybe he's a baseball player. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
We
don't
recognize
know.
the wrong guy.
He was wearing a Pirates hat, so
that's
you never know with these things.
Yeah.
Very possible. Kyle, what's your good of the week?
My good of the week. I have notes. Completely harmless pranks.
Okay.
Completely harmless. Here, I have 2 examples. I have re-entered the world of completely harmless pranks. It's funny we're talking about the Pirates. We get to my next example. Here we go. Completely harmless pranks. Prank 1. When you're at a restaurant and you see a table, you could have done this with Najee.
I was going to say,
is this about me?
Here's
an NFL fan.
You see a table and you guys are like kind of like maybe something happens where you have the same server or it's like both birthdays at both. So you have some sort of like kinship with this table of people you don't know. And sometimes you like send a drinks and don't send drinks. Send them 1 bowl of soup. Send the whole table 1 bowl of soup with 4 spoons in it. And then when they look at you, give them like send them 1 bowl, like a wave, or like and then do the sort of like eat it, like point the spoon, like mimic the spoon
like
to
enjoy,
your mouth.
Yeah.
Come on, this is good. They said, and then be like, it's white bean, or whatever, and yell until they eat it. That's a harmless prank you can do.
I like that.
Another harmless prank you can do. Here's a fun thing. I don't know if you guys get texts from realtors that want to buy your home, even if you don't own a home. I get spam text messages all the time. They're like, we're looking to buy homes in your area. Here's what you do. Just give them an address in that area, preferably the worst part of that area. And so just say, yeah, I'm looking to sell ASAP. Can you come over? Here's my address. And then here's the kicker. If I don't answer when you knock, just let yourself in. Just a fun classic prank you can do. And then they'll text you all angry, but then all of a sudden their bubbles will go from blue to green, and something happened.
Look, I love it. I also like the idea, the soup idea with straws instead of the spoons. You just send 4 straws.
That's an upgrade. That's an upgrade.
And then when they look at you weird, be like, I mean, you can combine them into 1 big one if you want.
Yeah, right.
Snake straw.
The straws with the loop-de-loops in them.
It's just fun to send a table something they don't, and then you feel obliged to. You get.
Go ahead. Yeah, good.
It's good.
We didn't get it. No, we didn't.
I just had it.
We didn't get any.
If someone sends you a bowl of soup for the table and you don't eat it, that's rude. That's then on you.
Yeah. Then you send them your check.
Yeah, right. My good of the week is a I don't know if you guys heard this or not yesterday, but there was a trade that went down in the NFL yesterday.
Oh, really? Was there really?
Yeah,
I didn't hear about it.
Yeah, Kyle's so excited he just had to bounce.
Maybe he went to get his jersey.
Oh yeah, I'm sure he did. Yeah. Oh damn it, he didn't.
Leftovers.
Kyle, we legit thought you were running to get your Julio Jones jersey for this.
Julio Jones Titans jersey.
So needless to say, I'm just a little bit excited.
Pass. Does that say throw the ball? Throw the damn ball.
How'd you get such a quick turnaround on a weekend in Chicago to get that hat?
Oh, you mean this whole thing? This whole
Custom
thing?
embroidered.
Yeah, dude, guys, I've had this because I knew that I knew that a year after Derrick Henry rushed for 2,000 yards, I would be begging the Tennessee Titans to throw the football in the following season. So the Titans traded for Julio Jones, and literally all it took was a second rounder, which to me is
just mind-boggling.
I mean, yeah, I haven't seen a team steal a generational wide receiver like this since last time there was a generational wide receiver and the Patriots did it. Why does everyone go to another team?
It really is, dude. It is creepy, the similarities between Julio Jones to Tennessee as Randy Moss to the Patriots.
Hopefully it's more than Randy Moss to the Raiders.
Hopefully it's more than Randy Moss to the Titans.
The Titans, yeah. Let's not forget about that.
Yeah, the Titans know about getting generational wide receivers, generational talents at wide receiver. It's just a matter of when they pick them up. That's the one difference. But yeah,
wasn't there also a sixth round with Julio? So it was like a second.
Yeah. The Falcons also gave the Titans another draft pick,
6th round draft. That's just unbelievable.
So that's the stuff you love to find out.
The only reason, it's great that the Titans didn't have to give up much for Julio, but it's even better knowing that other teams like the Ravens and Colts were also trying to get Julio and could have maybe, I don't know, offered up something more than that and gotten him, I
thought
that's not even that
infinity money. I thought they had so much cap space and all of this stuff going on. How they couldn't give a second round pick?
Not with Carson. Not with Carson Wentz's.
Oh yeah, they have Carson Wentz.
Yeah, the Colts have maybe $6 left.
Well, but I think Julio wanted to go to a team with a quarterback, which might have also deterred him from.
There it is. There it is. You know what?
Yes.
You know what? I'm gonna give it to him. That one was free. That one was free. That wasn't even a pun, but that one was great. Hey, got him.
I love that I love the Ravens also tried to get him, because remember the Ravens also tried to get Juju Smith-Schuster, and they actually offered him more money than the Steelers.
That's right.
But he chose to go back to the Steelers. So they're
that's just because he likes to be approached at restaurants.
Yes, he's all about it. He is all about it.
So the main, yes, getting Julio is my good of the week, but my other good of the week, and it should not go unnoted, is the recruiting skills of one Arthur Juan Brown.
Boy, he's hilarious.
AJ Brown might be the NFL's Nick Saban with the way he can recruit guys, and to the point where I just want to run down a few things. Okay. So obviously, I don't know. You guys have probably seen the video.
Did he tape over his own shirt? Is that an 8?
Yeah. It's his own Julio Jones.
Jersey. Falcons. That's right. Yeah.
He does what he needs to be done. He's a leader. He's a great passer. Anyway.
This guy's onto something. I also think Julio Jones is good.
We don't even have to discuss him. He speaks for himself. Look how mean he look in the picture. Pro Bowl year 2, not a big deal, kind of a big deal, but not really. Okay, scratch that.
Not a big deal, but kind of a big deal.
The GOAT of our era, of our receivers. Help me, help you. Come on, Julio.
He hit him with the Rod Tidwell, the Jerry Maguire, help me, help you. And then and obviously, and for those that are, if you're listening on the podcast, this is the TikTok of from AJ Brown. He goes on his own TikTok, makes a TikTok like he's freaking, I don't know. What's that one TikToker's name? Charlie, the famous one.
Murphy. Yeah.
Charlie Murphy, the famous TikToker, goes on and he has painter's tape over an AJ Brown. I can't tell if that's a jersey or an actual Julio Jones jersey.
Oh man, someone should get this man a real jersey.
I
think even a game used one would be nice.
He literally could have just put on a Mariota jersey and it would have been.
Oh yes.
The
Like,
thing
we
is, you pick
wouldn't
up a
know.
Mariota jersey, he fumbles it back to himself and runs it in for a touchdown.
That's
and the Chiefs
true.
lose.
Oh, yeah, look, guys, Kyle's a Chiefs fan. Kyle
Can
is
you
a
tell?
Chiefs fan. I think whenever the name Mariota comes up, he gets the night terrors.
Wow.
Never mind the fact that the Chiefs got their revenge in the AFC Championship.
Never mind the fact that only completely incredibly good things have happened to the franchise since then.
Yeah, right. Yeah, never mind that fact.
An
He's still hung up
incredible
on the fact
scope.
that Mariota caught his own touchdown pass. So then he goes on the he goes on that, and let me grab this other thing. Then they end up landing him, right? They end up getting Julio Jones, and AJ Brown goes on Twitter today, and he's basically celebrating the fact that they got him, rightfully so, right? Sorry. So this is Julio right here. He takes one of those like face mesh apps, I guess. I don't know.
Like you guys, old Conan bit type of thing.
Yes.
Yeah.
And he basically takes it and he just sings Scatman John. Now, the reason I think this is so funny is because AJ Brown very easily could have just filmed himself doing this. He didn't have to use this app.
Do you think this man has access to a Tennessee Titans jersey and some football pads?
and his likeness too.
It might even be more complicated for him to download an app and learn the interface and stuff. Than
exactly.
Just have it's in your closet.
Just literally hold the phone up to the mirror and sing Scatman John, and boom, there you go. You got it. You've got it made. I don't know. I respect the fact that AJ Brown went to all of that trouble just to get that, and then obviously. Oh, go ahead.
Do you think he'll give up his number? I think he already said he wouldn't, but do you think he'll give it up now that it's actually official? No, he's not.
I think Julio. And why do you think? Look, when he was recruiting him, he made Julio wear number 8 instead of just
so he was making it clear then.
Yeah. He already said in his first recruiting pitch that he's not going to give up his jersey.
What if that's the rift that breaks this all apart before the season even starts?
Well, like that's the holdup. Like there's there's like Adam Schefter tweets. There's a holdup in the Julio Jones trade, and it turns out it was just the fact that AJ wouldn't give up his number.
AJ wouldn't give up his number. Julio Jones is going to purposefully fail a physical now.
He passed the physical, and
he did even after carrying a franchise on his back for 14 years.
There it is. There it is. There it is. I'm giving it to him again. I'm giving it to him again. That one was free. That one was free. Oh my god. Oh, Kyle.
Oh, Kyle's bringing it to
on a tear. Yeah. AJ's basically he is. That was him before celebrating this just as hard as any Titans fan is, and as he should, because he basically did all the legwork. All due respect to John Robinson, the Titans GM. AJ Brown was the man behind this all. Like he was the guy who got this done, and I think
whether or not you're even if it's kind of a joke, but kind of not. If I'm Julio Jones, and he doesn't have a ton of say over where he's getting traded, but he kind of does, because if you have some leverage, and if you know that you're being accepted by the team's best receiver, that's the thing that makes it a little easier to push this in this direction.
Right.
Like synergy is real, and it's something that if you're positively excited about it, I think he'd be more willing to just go with the flow and get over there.
Right. And as we learned, thanks to the brilliant reporting of Shannon Sharp, we know he wanted out of Atlanta.
Oh, right. Yeah.
So he
that's the future of reporting right there. Hey, are we on TV?
Yeah.
What?
Hey, hang on. I'm gonna call famous celebrity right now. Oh, hey man, what do you think about he pulled the Mean Girls on him.
Shannon Sharp should have literally just said, "Hey, I never want anyone to answer my calls again. Give me a second."
Yeah.
And then he dials them, and he's like, "Okay, cool. That's the last time anyone will ever pick up on my call."
Exactly. he literally went Regina George and did the 3-way prank, or the 3-way call where it's like, "Hey, what do you truly think about Susan, and then
behind the
I mean,
back,
I got
and then-
broken up with because of that one time in 8th grade. I
Did
don't
you
want to put
really?
anyone on blast, but I got my girlfriend sat quietly on the phone while someone called me and was like, "Do you like her?" And I'm like, "Yes." And they're like, "Do you really like her?" I'm like, "Yes." And they're like, "Is there anything you don't like about her?" And I'm like, "She's nice." And then they kept pushing me until I was like, "Sometimes she doesn't call me back." And then they're like, "Oh, so you don't like me?" And then she broke up with me on the phone right there.
Oh,
she was
snap.
just sitting there
That's-
waiting like a
Just waiting.
like a lion in the grass,
Like a
just
Jack
waiting to
Johnson
pounce,
lyrics,
yeah.
just sitting, waiting, and wishing I would say something about her.
Wow, she went Jack Johnson lyric on you. Is
She
that
did.
Oh.
At the worst time too, when you're in 8th grade and they make sense.
right? yeah, exactly. When you're
I was just eating some banana pancakes, listening to Curious George
On
soundtrack.
Sunday morning. Yeah.
Curious George. Wait, so are you? Can we put this girl on blast?
I'm
I
not
feel
going to
like
say her name.
statute of limitations, dude. We other guys, whoever's
I-
married to or dating her now, needs to know that.
I don't want
think-
either of her ex-husbands to hear this. I don't want.
Oh, you know why? Because she's on the stream with us now. Why don't you come on
Oh,
out?
yeah.
Jimmy?
Come on down. Yeah.
Give it up for first name barely remembers, last name is changed 3 times.
Oh
God.
man. All right, AD,
Hey.
what you got for the?
Well, before we go on, I just want to say sorry to Kyle that happened to him. I mean, that's pretty painful to be living with that still. That's really
Yeah,
awful stuff.
and it's the only bad thing to happen to anyone before or since.
yeah, I'd say,
Yeah,
especially in the last year at least.
Yeah.
I know. Yeah, you're right. My back of the week, horrible contracts. So there were 2 things that came out today, and one was an old contract that was resurfaced, and then the other was obviously Nick Saban getting extended through 2050, I think it was
2028. Yeah, but
Okay,
it should have been 2050.
I wish I hadn't believed you right away. That's the worst part about it.
No, it was 2028, so he'll be 77 at the end of that contract. So he is legitimately going to coach until he probably cannot anymore.
Yeah, which
but-
I mean, let's be honest. He's there's never going to be a point that like he's unable to coach and then dying. Like dying will come before he's unable to coach.
Unable to coach. Yeah. I agreed.
I'm sure he's
well,
gonna
just
relate to
imagine
players then. I'm sure that he's still going to just really understand what young people are thinking and how to relate to these guys.
at that point. Yeah.
How do
Well,
you-
just imagine if he took some time off, for some like health issues, like personal reasons, family issues, like an Urban Meyer, that type of thing. Like, I mean, we haven't seen that with him, but the other contract was Adidas put up Reebok for sale, and I did not know Adidas owned Reebok until today. But when the new buyer comes along, they will have to cut a check 9 years from today to Allen Iverson for $32 million on his 55th birthday. Because he signed a lifetime contract in 2001. So on his 55th birthday, he's receiving $32 million from Reebok.
That's smart.
At
That's smart.
what year do you think Reebok started to regret that signing?
And
Like
Well,
making
has-
it lifetime? Because signing Allen Iverson, look, back in the day, I'm not going to discredit anything Allen Iverson.
Right.
done,
Oh yeah, he had good
Right.
crossover appeal.
but I'm doing it. I'm doing it. That one is free. That one is free.
Oh my
Sorry, you
God.
guys really just tried to step right over that one. You know what I mean?
There it is. Oh man. Oh.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh, it's too much. It's too much. I can't take it.
I'd say it. I'd say Kyle's winning the day, but I think it's a tie, Lou. Hey!
I'm being pretty robotic about this. It's kind of like I have some AI in me.
And he did it all without practice.
Oh my God.
Oh my gosh. I'm
You
gonna
too.
break this button. I'm gonna break this button.
You
today.
too.
Oh man.
Ugh.
All right. So I don't even know where we were. Allen Iverson. So he signs this lifetime deal. Didn't Reebok go out of business at one point? Like
That's what I'm saying. So like Adidas bought them. So like at some
Right.
point, like they were
It's
going
really
under,
like taking
right?
on
Like,
Julio Jones's contract, where you're just like, look, it's a little bit of money, but they're here.
Right. We got him.
We're not competing with the Nikes if we don't bring this on.
Oh man, and you know, Allen Iverson is the kind of guy who, like, at 55, he's going to demand every penny of that. There.
Oh, at 12:01,
he needs it. He literally needs it.
Yes. He's going to be calling them, and he's going to be like, "Is it?
Yeah,
when's the wire? When's the wire?"
He's going to
He's
be
logging into his app, his bank account
app.
Like,
is this Adidas? Or is this Reebok? Is this Reebok? Hey, Reebok, you guys owe me the money. Also, you're live on the air right now. I should know.
Adidas. Is this Adidas? All day I dream about somebody paying me the $55 million.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, man. Dude. All right. So shout out AI. Look.
Good for him.
He's not a businessman. He's a businessman, right? It's the Jay-Z.
Was that him that said that?
I think so. It's either AI or Jay-Z. One of the two.
Yeah.
I'm not Googling it.
Kyle, what's your back of the week?
My back. You know what's back? Illegally streaming stuff.
Yes, let's go.
It's having a moment right now.
It is.
So there was LimeWire, there was BearShare, there was Kazaa.
Everyone had their day.
Napster. Everyone had their day. And then you know what? Netflix came around, and Facebook let you stream, and YouTube let you stream, and Hulu you could stream, and you could be on all these things, legally streaming everything you want. And then you know what? We're back, baby. There's too many streaming things. I can't afford it. It's more expensive than cable ever was if I want all this stuff. And then you're making me pay to stream on top of the stream. I just want to watch whatever new Disney show is. I want to watch Mulan. I don't want to pay $39 on top of $10. Who knows how much that is? Nobody. And now you're going to tell me to watch two people I hate pretend to punch each other in the face. I have to pay money on top of paying money. That's okay. Because you know what? I have the internet.
Right.
And I'm just going to keep Googling and clicking on shady links and clicking on
getting viruses on your computer.
So maybe people will always say this thing where they're like, we were born too late to explore the world, and we were born too soon to explore the universe. But at least we're all really good at knowing what tiny little X actually removes the pop-up ad without launching 7 or 8 more pop-up ads. Because I know exactly which one it is. I know how to navigate bets.io/crackstream442-Paul Mayweather so well. I could do that forever.
I'm not gonna say I do too. But I'm not gonna say I don't know. Like, especially like, let's just say, for example, like a website like Front Row Sports. Those little tiny X's that literally becomes like, I would be willing to go up against my ability to X out those tiny little X's on illegal streams versus archers in the Olympics.
I think my aim would be more on being
point.
Able to actually have my video go full screen. That's what I am. I'm the Michael Jordan of actually being able to have an illegal stream go full screen.
And and I'm not going to say I was illegally streaming the fight last night, and I don't think it's because I think, was it on Showtime?
You can't technically be illegally streaming it if it wasn't really a fight.
That's a
great point.
And that's
it
your
was on
defense in court.
It was on Showtime, the network we all have and know all of the stuff about.
Billions is good.
Yeah.
But and then I don't think I currently have Showtime. But if I did, I would have watched it. But I didn't even go to look because I just moved in. Obviously, I don't know if you can tell or not.
Oh, you did?
I don't even know if I have Showtime on my new cable package, but I didn't even check. I was laying in bed, and it was just out of pure laziness that I just found a Periscope stream
of the fight.
Of the fight, and it ended. So the fight ended in 8 rounds. My stream ended in 7 rounds, and apparently I didn't miss much. So
you didn't miss a single thing.
I mean, I did miss a lot in the 7 rounds that I watched, just because there wasn't anything there. But yeah, the legal streaming, man, it is. I saw a tweet last night, and I don't know if I was just fooled by the internet on this, but I saw someone, or maybe it was just an old tweet someone dug up for Elon, but he tweeted that Elon Musk tweeted that his link was broken. And so I don't know, but I wouldn't be surprised if even Elon Musk was not like, I'm not paying for this paper.
I'm jealous of people that are famous enough they can use Twitter as Google. And like Chad Johnson is one of those people where he'll just tweet like "Good food, South Miami Thursdays."
Yes.
And like 25 people will reply, and he's like, "Thank you." And I'm like, "That's
I
you have
want to.
Yelp and Google put into Twitter."
I want to get to that point too. I legit want to get to the point where it's like I don't have to, because I'm always on
do the
Twitter
legwork
anyways.
for you. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm always on Twitter anyway. Might as well just use it as all of my apps all combined. I'll order food from Twitter. I'll use it as my Grubhub.
Guys, I got to be honest with you. I bought the fight.
Did you buy the fight? Okay, now tell me this. Tell me this, AD. Tell me this, because you went. Was brunch yesterday?
No, it was 2 days ago.
Okay, it's 2 days ago. Okay, but your fiance. This was her bachelorette weekend, right?
She was out of town. Yes,
and she was in South Beach, was she not?
Yes, she was. Yeah,
she didn't go to the fight, did she?
Yeah, she was there. No.
Yeah, she was actually an undercard.
Yeah, she fought.
I think that's fair. That's fair that you bought the fight because you went brunching, thighs out brunch on Saturday.
There's a boys' weekend.
You paid for the fight on Sunday night. Like if she's gone, like when the cat is away, the mice will play.
Yeah, that's true.
You and Najee are like, of course you're going to get brunch.
I should have invited him over. Maybe that's what he was looking for.
He probably was. He was probably like, he's like, dude, that dude got the fight. He's not even going to invite me over.
So I was sent a link. But I was sent a link, but I couldn't. I'm not as good as Kyle apparently at finding the little X's, and I couldn't get it working. So I was just like, you know what? It's starting. I'm just gonna buy it, and that's what happened.
It's an art form. It's an art form.
Our boy Dylan Taylor's back. Are Megan Fox's thumbs long enough to be able to reach the pop-up X on her phone screen?
Does she have short thumbs?
That's a callback.
Does she have short thumbs?
Kyle.
You're talking about Machine Thumb Kelly?
Kyle, do you know about Megan Fox's thumbs? We brought this up.
I'm a little worried about popping up in the SEO for those search terms too.
Look at that,
Kyle.
They're different looking.
They're not different. They're not different.
Like your two thumbs look different than each other. If you
I was gonna say they're not different compared to like your big toe. In that case, they're exactly the same. This is So we discovered this last week, and it was much of our show's fodder. And it is hard not to once you see
what is going on.
Once you see it, it's hard to look away. So it's
unfortunate, really.
Well, I hope she can bounce back.
Sweet Marie, it's awful.
Oh man.
So,
well, I think she's still, if she sticks with it, I think she's got a shot.
Every time I watch that scene from Transformers where she's leaned over the hood of the car and
they're hiding her thumbs,
fixing the machines. Yeah. And I'm like, this is, I understand the sexiness that they were going for with this shot, but I can't watch it the same way anymore. Like
I thought she was talking about getting plastic surgery for it, but she didn't want anyone to transform her.
No! Hey!
Gosh!
That one is free, ladies and gentlemen. The freeness of that one is.
We need to start charging for these. This is getting out of hand.
Oh my gosh, we might have to start charging. This might be the first time in the history of we're 56 episodes in of this podcast.
You guys are making away like bandits with this one.
We've got to stop giving these away for free. We're going to have to start charging. Man. All right. So so wait, AD, you just hit us with your back, right?
That was his ugly. That was his back. That was
that your back?
That was my back.
Now it's Kyle's back.
I did illegally streaming.
Streaming's back. Okay. All right, my back. I got a couple of them, and I'll run through these quickly. Nick Saban, obviously, we already talked about it. His extension runs through 2028. I would have loved to have been in that negotiating room for Nick Saban's contract and been like, we'll give you till 2028, but anything beyond that, we're going to have to
turn this around. If you start losing more than 0.4 games a year.
Yeah. Look, Mr. Saban, we respect you and everything that you've done for us, but we're just wary of giving you anything in 2029 and beyond.
You know, I was in Birmingham, Alabama, doing a show in a couple months ago, and everyone was yelling "Roll Tide" instead of laughing, and they yell and yell and yell and yell. It's so weird. They only like college sports. They don't like any other sports. And then you ask them, you're like, "Do you like?" They're like, "We only like college football." I'm like, "You only like college."
They're brainwashed.
I'm like, "You only?" I'm like, "Do you like the NFL?" Nope. I'm like, "Yeah." So you just hate it when they get paid? Like, you hate when they're adults? You just want, like, what is it you hate about it? Do you hate? All you want is young, unpaid boys to hit each other. That's what the whole city's identity.
That's all
is
they
based
want.
around. They're like the second 22, too old, too mature, and it's like, do you like baseball? Sometimes if football's not on, but if not, I base my whole personality around because 60 years ago I paid too much for a piece of paper. I paid $55,000 for a piece of paper, and now I have to cheer on these boys I don't know forever because they walk around a place I used to walk around.
Yep. Well, not most of them didn't walk around that place. At least not
because their tutors walked
the
around
football,
a place I used to walk
complex.
around. And, I like sports and love sports, and I love college sports. But if you only love college football, I'm suspicious.
Yeah. Well,
that's very suspicious.
Occasionally they'll root for like the NFL team that their favorite player will go to, but even that that weans out like after like a year.
Well,
or
it's
two.
hard if you're Alabama. You're like, I like college sports and every offensive line in the league,
and Julio Jones.
Oh yeah,
guys, this is gonna sound kind of morbid, but do you think they'll bury Nick Saban? Like in the stadium or something? Like would they do that? I mean, I'm just thinking about his contract expiring.
I'll say this.
His life expiring. There.
You were right when you said this may sound morbid. I think Saban. I mean, but now that you bring it up, I don't see how they can't. I don't see how they can.
I mean, it just makes sense at this point. Like he literally built that place, so what? Yeah, it's his home.
The fact that he surpassed Bear Bryant, and he did it like very quickly. That it was always Bear Bryant's greatest college football coach of all time. Bear Bryant. Then Nick Saban comes around. He's like, "Hey, hold my Dasani bottle of water." Hold my awkward Coke bottle from my podium. I just don't. If there was ever a coach that should get a lifetime contract, it's Nick Saban, and I don't see how it's. I don't see.
Maybe it's actually part of the contract. Like, yeah, we're gonna bury you. Somewhere on the grounds here. We can't really tell you where, but
yeah, bury.
How many R's are in Barry?
Am I the only one hearing that? That is it, Barry?
I don't want to. I do have to bail on you guys. I got to go right now. I'm gonna tell you my ugly, and then I'm gonna get out of here.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
Good.
Yeah. Hit us with
your ugly.
My ugly. Okay. So it was gonna be me trying to be funny on the internet, like TikTok and stuff. I don't get it. I could go forever on that. I'll come back on top of it. But now it's just slideshow websites.
Just all as a whole.
I don't want to scroll through seven. Oh my! What's the 35? David Fincher moments you didn't notice from the 7th time you watched. Okay, here's one. You scroll and you scroll, and then you see a slide, and it's like the Zodiac killer left symbols, and you're like, I know that one. Then you click the next one, and it loads a fucking pop-up.
No, go right ahead. Yeah, no,
now I'm watching an entire pop-up ad for the Army movie with Brad Pitt called Furry. And
Furry or Burry? Which one?
All right.
No, AD calls it fairy.
Yeah.
I do gotta go though. I appreciate you,
Kyle.
Me
hey,
on.
thank you so much.
Back anytime.
Hey, everyone, go follow Kyle on at Kyle Ayers on Twitter and Instagram. All the social medias at Kyle Ayers, AYERS, and also Never Seen It podcast. If you guys love movies, you will absolutely love Kyle's podcast. He gets comedians, some famous comedians on to rewrite movies that they have never seen. So we all have those movies like The Godfather. It's like, and people will be like, you've never seen it? Kyle
they
basically
write whatever they figure it probably is.
Yeah, he took that concept and made a podcast out of it. It's a phenomenal podcast. His dad jumps on. It's so much fun. Check out Never Seen It. Go subscribe to his podcast. Kyle, this was a blast. Kyle used to be used to be a Cork Batser. So to have him back even for just a little bit on a Monday afternoon, love
now
it,
I have
Kyle.
crippling depression. All right, thanks, guys.
and now you had brain surgery.
See you guys. That's true. I did.
That's what one year of or what working with cork bats will do for you. It'll eventually cause you to get brain surgery. Look at that scar.
Oh my gosh.
Right,
that's badass.
All right, love you, Kyle. Thanks
for joining, Kyle.
Oh, just the best. He is literally just a delight. A lot of fun. All right, let's wrap up here. My other back of the week, Pokemon cards, which I kind of wanted to hit this with Kyle because I know Kyle was a big Pokemon guy.
I love Pokemon.
Most notably Charizard. Okay, I was never big into Pokemon. Pokemon was like the grade below me, was like super into Pokemon cards, and I wasn't. I don't know.
You were too cool for it. It sounds like.
I mean,
it was like like losers had Pokemon cards.
I mean, if you're gonna say it, I'm not gonna deny that. But yeah, I didn't get into it. But last night, Logan Paul wore a shiny Charizard Pokemon card around his neck as he entered the ring. Do you
know how much that was worth? Like, but I think it's gonna be worth more now that he wore it out in that fight. But originally they said it was worth like $250,000.
Yeah, last year. So you're right. Last year, this thing was. There he is walking in. There he is walking in. This is courtesy of Showtime. The fact that he wore $150,000. So he's walking into the ring to this fight with his card around. It was last year worth up to $150,000. It's a first edition gem mint 10 graded Charizard. That is, of course, significantly increased in value, as you said. So it is.
I think he said there's only like 3 or 4 of them in the world,
and one of them is draped around his neck. As he walks into fight. Do you think he's already sweaty there as he's walking in? You got to think from the pregame stuff, like taping, getting hyped in the locker room.
I was thinking about that, because they fight so late. It was like 11 o'clock
and there was a rain delay.
Oh, that's right. So it's like I was trying to picture what do they do throughout the day? What do you even eat? I don't know. I don't know why I was thinking about that. What do you eat on fight day? You
should start that. Hang on, sorry, I just saw this from Dale and Tyler. AD says Burry, how I imagined Gucci Mane would say it. Sorry. Oh, I love this. I actually love that we discovered that.
It's Burry. Okay.
It's Burry. Yeah. No, you're saying Burry. Now I don't know how to say it right.
How do you say it?
It's Barry. Barry.
That's like a strawberry.
That's
or
like
Daryl Strawberry. Yeah.
Show. Yeah. No, is Burry? I would bury him.
I would. I don't know.
All right, hop in the chat. Is it Barry or Burry?
Bittersweets Marie.
If we're going to dig a hole for a grave for Nick Saban in the middle at the 50-yard line of Alabama's football stadium, Bryant-Denny Stadium, would we bury him or would we bury him? We need to know. Hit us up in the chat. So he Burry. Here we go. Bittersweets Murray. Burry is the spelling. Say it like Barry. Barry.
I'm gonna.
Probably all depends on where you're from, though, because I feel like
it might be
in the deep South. The Alabama fans would probably actually say Barry. Gonna bury Sabes on the football field.
Maybe I said it like an Alabama fan. I was just practicing, really. That's how they say it.
You said it what are those the furry conventions? You said Burry. It's a furry convention.
The furry convention's coming back to Pittsburgh soon. There's a furry convention every year. I think it's almost time for that, actually.
Are the downtown streets just littered with mascots?
All over. And I haven't been downtown in a little bit because I've been working from home, but they're everywhere and it's hilarious. And one time I was driving home from work, driving across a bridge, and there was a convertible with 3 furries. Obviously the driver wasn't in a furry costume, but 3 furries in the car just like vibing, like in the convertible, like. Oh,
so is
funny.
that actually pronounced fairies?
Oh man,
yeah, mind blown right there. Mind blown.
Yeah, I don't know.
So Logan Paul rocks this Charizard around his neck. Like, I gotta think, like, I don't know. And is this a flex? Is it a flex to rock a first edition Gem Mint 10 graded Charizard around your neck?
I mean,
to me, it tells me the first thing, like if I see someone, like if someone had like a Griffey card, a 10 graded Griffey baseball card.
Yeah.
Rocking it around his neck, I wouldn't be like, oh, that dude's cool. I would be like, that dude's an idiot. Like that thing is worth so much money. Like what happened? What happened to guys just rocking $150,000 necklaces rather than making their, like, that looks like a DIY project from Joanne, etc.
Like he like put a hole in the little case to like put a little string
like he
and
made
wrap it
that
around.
necklace. Like he made that at summer camp. Like what happened to just actually getting actual gold chains that are worth as much as that Charizard card?
Okay, but on the flip side, if you look at like what Floyd Mayweather walked out to, like he had someone like lip syncing a rap song. Like, did you see that? Like,
was that Migos? Was it Migos? Did they perform?
Migos they were there, but I don't think that's who walked out with him. It was a different rapper.
If you're walking out to a boxing ring, who's coming out with you? Who's in your entourage?
Well, I mean, I think you mentioned having a Ken Griffey Jr. rookie card. Why not just bring Ken Griffey with you?
I love that. Just
bring him out with you.
I think as a goof, I'm gonna bring just the cast of entourage with me,
or
go
Brendan
super
Fraser.
meta with it.
Or Brendan Fraser.
And Brendan, well, of course, obviously Brendan Fraser.
He's in the entourage.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah, Brendan Fraser's going to be the guy sitting front row in my corner, clapping and getting a lot of screen time. And then, like, whenever the camera shows the celebrities, do you ever notice that, like, boxing matches, whenever the camera is on them, celebrities will always, like, they never know what to do. They'll just, like, do something awkward, like.
yeah, like. Just giving random hand motions.
Yeah, just like randomly like clapping and like doing this like what's good motion, like where they open up
just
and
like
close again,
showing off their outfits basically. Like making sure they get all the sides.
And then my last back of the week is the Bachelorette. The Bachelorette is back tonight.
Are you excited? Are you going to do some reviews or?
I am, but if you've watched my reviews in the past, you know that I never start with episode 1. It's too cringy of an episode. I do not.
Is it like because there's too many of them? Like
there's too many of them, and it's a lot of filler pieces of like get to know this person, and it's just always so awkward because people try and stand out in the first episode. So I'm not a fan of the first episode.
All right.
But what's your before we get to Frank Fact, what's your ugly of the week?
Oh yeah. Well, I have two. Kristaps Porzingis. I don't know if you caught the Game 7 yesterday, Mavs Clippers. Did you catch that at all?
I did not. I don't know if I've mentioned this yet or not, but I was moving in yesterday.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. You were kind of busy, I guess.
I didn't. Literally, the only sports news that I learned.
Julio Jones. Yeah. So the Mavericks lost. Throw the damn ball. Throw it. I love that.
That's a message to.
That's
the Titans.
We need the Instagram back. RIP, real quick.
Hey, real quick. In fact, this was actually one of my uglies of the week. It's been over a month since our Instagram.
Has it been that? I figured it was getting close to it, but
yesterday was the month. Yesterday was the month mark, and I tried logging back in, hoping like it was just a 30-day thing, and they would let us in after 30 days.
No.
I was denied. So if anyone has any connections to Instagram, we are asking the Cork Bats community, all of the cool kids, to band together. We need your help. We need our Instagram account back. We need a connection at Instagram because I don't think we're going to get it back otherwise. Because we have filed appeal after appeal after appeal, most of which have gone unheard or unresponded to.
But here's what pisses me off. So that was a UFC thing, right? That was
Sure.
Dana White. It was a clip.
We posted a clip of a Dana White, of a UFC fight after the fight, and 2 weeks later we got our entire account deactivated.
What's the difference between people posting like last night's fight? Like there was, like every account is posting it. Like
right. Well,
so,
who knows? In 2 weeks, maybe
Sports Center will be deactivated.
Whoever,
like
someone's gonna try and take them down. That's so dumb. But like, we're not in that business of like posting illegal things. So, and I'm trying to convey that to Instagram. Like, look, we won't post UFC content anymore. We've learned our lesson.
We promise.
We go out of our way to avoid posting UFC content. If literally, let's say a global pandemic hits and UFC is the only sport, they make their own island to fight their fights on.
Something crazy like that. Yeah.
Let's say something crazy like that. We would still not post about the UFC. All right. Because of what they did to us. So please, if anyone, if anyone can help us out, free Korked bats. Even look, if you don't have connections, just post with the hashtag free Korked bats.
Just let the people know. Just
spread awareness. Help us out. Help us get the word out there to find others to get this done. So, but yeah. Anyway, sorry to completely derail you. I know, and sorry to completely take.
No, it's all right. It needed to be said again because I was thinking about that last night. Like I'm seeing all these accounts post little clips of the fight, and like it's nothing going to happen? Is it because they said like via Showtime? Like, is that
right?
Is that where we went wrong?
Is it because UFC is just a dick organization and the other organizations don't really care if like their product is
being promoted,
exactly, right?
With all the ads on the ring, everything.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, it's ridiculous.
That's where they're making their money. Like the pay-per-view is only a fraction. Anyway, so yeah. Well, so what was your ugly?
So the Mavericks lost yesterday, Game 7. I wanted them to win. I like Kawhi, but I'm just not a Paul George fan. I don't know why. I just don't think he's as good as people think he is. But maybe his broken leg.
Oh, you mean playoff P?
Yeah, I loved when LeBron would beat the Pacers back then.
Oh yeah, cool. No, that's cool. I'm not like a Pacers fan.
You're not a Pacers fan, but
no, that's cool. Yeah, no, I would have accepted like, yeah, I've hated him since he left Indiana. Like that's fine, but
okay, all right.
No, yeah, cool. I'm glad that you loved when the Lakers would beat the Pacers in the playoffs. Cool, that's awesome.
Oh no, it was the Cavs back then.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Or the Heat,
I would love it when the Capitals would beat the Penguins in the playoffs. That's what I would love. Just back in the day.
Right. But yes. Sorry. I didn't know I was going to hit a soft spot with the Paul George slander, but
yeah, no, it's cool.
But so, anyways, Kristaps Porzingis says he's feeling frustrated, often feeling more like an afterthought than Luka Doncic. So he thinks that he's being a little bit overshadowed. But does he have any right to say that though?
Yeah, it's funny that like a 7-footer feels like he's being overshadowed.
Yeah.
Hey,
and
that one was free.
That was very free.
But go on.
Well, it's just funny because I think Kristaps was a star in New York, but it was pretty easy to be a star in New York during those years because they were the laughing stock of the league, basically. And he was their best player. So like, maybe I can see how it'd be hard to go from being the best player to being sort of like maybe a second or third option, but you got to just know your role. Like they had a good team and he just played horrible. So it's like,
see, and that's the problem too, is Kristaps went from literally being the king in New York to being the number 2 at best in Dallas. And it's like, dude, like, of course, like you're not going to get the same, you're not even gonna get the same national attention.
No,
in Dallas. Like even if Kristaps, if Luka wasn't even in Dallas, the amount of attention that Kristaps would get in Dallas as opposed to New York is head and shoulders different.
Yes. Yes. Yeah. Much bigger market. And to have, Spike Lee at your games all the time, dapping you up on the sidelines, whatever.
Also, but head and shoulders different. Head and shoulders different.
Oh, jeez.
That was free.
That one went right over my head, actually.
I didn't pick
And
up
shoulders,
until right
both
after I
head
said,
and
"Oh, there it
shoulders."
is,
Yeah.
there it is." Hey, look,
There,
hey, did we hit for the cycle today? Kyle,
I think.
Kyle, you and me all getting free ones in.
Wow.
There we go. Bittersweets Marie says, "I'll ask Jim Rome." I don't know if the laughing is laughing at us or laughing at the fact that she'll ask Rome. Hashtag free cork bats. Hey, look, spread the word.
We appreciate it.
If Romy tweeted free cork bats, I will literally do next week's show naked. I will do it.
Someone's got to hold him to that.
That's not enticing. I would do. I'll do something. That's worth it. Hashtag free cork bats. Don't forget. All right. Do you have any other uglies?
I love whenever this comes up. This comes up all the time, and it's usually when Mayweather's fighting. So they're saying that he made $100 million off of that fight last night, probably after like all the endorsements and everything.
Yeah.
It was 24
good days work if you can get it.
Yeah. 24 minutes. 24 minutes. And Michael Jordan, after playing 15 seasons in the NBA, made 90 million. So
and he was he was literally the greatest of all time.
I just love whenever like that stat always comes up, like whenever like big contracts are signed or like,
right.
Like obviously, people are making more money today.
And that's just Jordan's like playing career.
Right. Right.
Yeah. Like not to mention his endorsements like Hanes and
I mean, just think about how much money he's made and is still making off of his shoes and his brand. Like, I mean, probably dwarfs.
Floyd Mayweather never had to shave a Hitler mustache for a commercial to get that kind of money,
Right. He only had to fight a YouTuber for 24 minutes. And my other ugly too. I thought those announcers were terrible. I know you were watching.
I was watching on a stream. I don't know what language my announcers were saying.
Okay, so you didn't have the same like the Showtime announcers.
I did not have the Showtime announcers.
They were so bad. I mean, they were calling not that it matters, but they were like calling Logan Paul like a TikTok star. It's like, I mean, that's
yeah. Well, is he?
I mean, maybe he is, but like that's not like where he like.
Hold on,
was fouling like
this is like when like Michael Jordan became a baseball player. Like, what do we refer to him as?
Yeah.
This is
he a boxer or is he Logan Paul's career social media career, I guess you can call it, started out on Vine. So that's where him and his brother first became popular.
That's true. So is he still a Vine star? Are we wrong in calling him a YouTuber?
Well, I would, yeah. I mean, his what was that whole video? Like he went into some like
the Japanese forest,
like
the suicide forest.
Right.
Yeah, he got canceled. What happened to us canceling him? I thought when you get canceled, you're canceled.
Maybe there's only like there's a life cycle on being canceled. Like
was that like
3 years? Like
your
like
cancellation expires after 3 years.
Yeah,
I did see Kevin Spacey's back making movies, so who knows?
Is he? Oh wow.
That is. Wow. All right. Look. Apparently, you go film a video in a suicide forest, and you only have to sit out a few years, and then you're good. And then you're making $100 million in a fight against actual boxers.
Well, that's not what Logan Paul made. That's just what Floyd made. Logan Paul they said he made probably 20 or 30 million when it's all said and done, but like for the actual fight, he only made 10 million and Floyd made 50 million.
Oh wow. Okay. Wow. Jeez.
Or something like that. Yeah.
I love that. Did you see the stats from that fight?
Yeah. How many punches he didn't land?
Right.
Yeah.
Right. It's Michael Jordan, always said, or Wayne Gretzky, I don't know, always said you miss 100% of the shots you don't take. Yeah. Wayne Gretzky said that. Michael Scott said that. Apparently if you're Logan Paul, you miss 90% of the shots you do take. So like my man had a rough night. like I would expect those stats from Floyd Mayweather with Floyd's size versus Logan's size. Logan has a wingspan.
Reach.
Yeah, like a reach, like as long as Floyd is tall, and he missed on 90% of his shots. Like that's of his punches. That's insane. How poorly he was.
I will say, I will give him credit though, because everyone in the world was thinking he was going to get knocked out, right? Like that was like what
Right.
Floyd was banking on. Everyone wanted to see him be knocked out, and I think he did kind of get knocked out for a second.
I was going to say, did you see that clip where like Floyd kind of held him up?
People are saying that Floyd held him up on purpose to make sure the fight went the distance, but like, why would he do that though? Like, what?
I wonder if he got more money or something.
If Floyd got more money because maybe more commercials or something, or
that might be it, or more screen time from the. There had to have been something in that, but yeah. So here we go. So you can kind of see here
I think this clip in particular too, it really makes him look bad, because this is like if it kept going, like if the video kept going a little bit longer, like you could see he like got back up right away.
Right, he did, but really that's a lot of times when you get knocked out, you just get knocked out for a second and you fall and then you wake back up, like, and you get back on your feet.
Well, it's like Ocho Cinco earlier. I
missed that fight.
Well, he got up and still like the fight continued, and I think he actually won the fight, but he was knocked down.
Yeah,
he wasn't knocked out, but he was knocked down. So,
look, people are saying, did Floyd keep Logan Paul upright? Which I hate them both. I wanted them both to like do one of those punches where like
they both were knocked
connected, and they're just like, and they both fall down flat, like you see in like cartoons a lot of times. That's what I wanted to see, but unfortunately we did not get it. My ugly was the Instagram. Hashtag free cork bats. Dylan Taylor's in. Kevin Spacey being back around the same time as Space Jam 2 is released. God, I hate LeBron. Well done, Dylan Taylor. Gosh, I tell you what, man. Between
man of consistency over
between
there.
Kyle Ayers, like guest hosting earlier in today's show, and Dylan Taylor bringing the comments every single week, just fire.
What a show today. Jeez.
Am I too old to say flame emojis? Can I say that? Because I would give Dylan Taylor flame emojis.
Is there like an age limit on that?
I don't know. Like, I'll tell you what I don't want to be. I don't want to be the guy that's like too old to say stuff, like to say things he shouldn't. Like I say, like I said today, I tweeted about Lupe Fiasco's The Cool album, and some guy was like, that's one of my favorite albums. I said, me too. It's got so many bangers on it. And then I already pushed send, but then it was like too late. So I'm like, and then I was thinking, should I not have said bangers there? Like, am
people not say that anymore?
I don't know. I mean, like, can I say a Lupe Fiasco song slaps, or does that make me?
Does that date you? Does it age
you? Yeah. Does that like people are like, what is this? What is this boomer over here saying?
Yeah. Okay, boomer. Yeah, that's
exactly. I don't know. That's the thing. I don't know if I'm allowed to say it.
When you said, "Am I allowed to say that?" I almost said bet, and like I don't even think I can say that. One. Like I don't think I can say that because
I haven't even tried bet yet.
No,
I haven't
and if I said that to you, you would have been like, "What did he just say?" Like
oh man, like I'm like scared to go into the bet realm. Like I'm still over here being like, this song slaps. Dylan Taylor says, I don't know that anyone has ever uttered the phrase flame emojis. But no, you're not too old. Go off. All right. Thank you.
Off, kid.
Hey,
go off.
Dylan Taylor. That comment right there. Flame emojis, bro. Flame emojis. All right. Let's get to everyone's favorite time of the week. It's the Frank Fact. This is the time of the show where we get a fact from our guy Frank. And this one's a bit of a long one this week. All right. You ready for this?
Yeah. Well, you know who would have loved this? Kyle, I think you would have loved this.
Kyle would have loved this. Yeah. And Kyle and Frank were writing for Korked Bats around the same time. So I don't know if they even know who each other are, but
well, they were both at your wedding, right? Was Kyle at your wedding?
they were both at my wedding. Yeah, Kyle brought
go.
me a pizza from Columbia, Missouri to my wedding, a 2-hour drive.
That's a nice guy.
That's
right
friendship right there.
Yeah.
So all right, this, and I haven't even read this yet. Frank sent this.
This is a live read. This is a live read.
Sent this to me mid-show. Yeah, so I haven't read this copy yet. Here we go. The Frank fact this week. Okay, you ready for this? The first battle of the Civil War took place on Wilmer McLean's farm in Northern Virginia. After the battle, he and his family moved to Central Virginia to escape the war, believing it would be safe. 4 years later, after a nearby battle, Robert E. Lee asked to use McLean's house as a meeting place, to which McLean agreed. Hours later, Union officers, including Ulysses S. Grant, arrived and General Lee surrendered. So the Civil War started in McLean's backyard and ended in his parlor.
In his house.
How about that? Wow. I did not know that.
So
that's ultimate bragging rights, right? Like a war, literally a war between our own country was started in my backyard. We're having a cookout. Things got a little heated. And now,
what do you think he was growing on the farm?
Country. I don't know. It had to be something good, though, right?
Something that, yeah, like maybe he was feeding the soldiers too. Like,
right?
Maybe he was getting involved that way.
You don't think it was like marijuana or anything, right? Did they have drugs back then? When were drugs invented?
He could have been growing pot. I don't know.
Were they? I feel like is cocaine. I feel like
maybe he was growing tobacco. Virginia.
I feel like that's tobacco. Tobacco's been around for years. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
and that counts as a drug, right? That's
they're basically just like re-upping on their
So
cigarettes.
they were probably like, they're like, let's start the war here just so we don't have to go far for cigarettes. And they're like, and that was like the one thing the South and the North both agreed on. They're like, sure, like it's a great idea.
Yeah.
Let's do it at McLean's place. Yeah, let's do it at McLean. Let's start this war at McLean's place. He's got all the tobacco we could need, and then if we move to other places, then like we'll just report back to McLean's place.
Circle back.
Yeah, we'll circle back to McLean's to get an up, and that's probably how the war ended. Was they ran out of tobacco?
Yeah. They were at a standstill basically.
Yeah,
How did Lee know? How did he know where he moved to? If he actually moved to Central Virginia, like, did he just like look for like the local tobacco fields? He's like, hey, who's growing tobacco around here? Like,
yeah,
he's asking around town. Like,
right? Is that a smell thing? Like, is it? Someone in the town growing tobacco.
If he was growing pot, though, you could probably definitely smell it.
Oh, you would definitely smell it. Yeah, you smell that from 3 states over for sure. Yeah, without question. And wasn't even legal. Which it wasn't legal back then, but like, was anything legal? Like, did we even have a government back then? Yeah, we did, didn't we? No. I'm thinking the Revolutionary War. Damn it.
We're a little
run up.
Yeah, we
definitely had a government by then. Yeah, all right. We'll end on a Dylan Taylor comment as we would normally do. He says Ulysses S. Grant is definitely a drug guy name.
It's like the fake name your drug dealer gives you. Like,
if you have a dealer, his name is probably Ulysses S. Grant. I'm just gonna say that much. That much is sure. All right. Hey, thanks guys so much for tuning in, for watching. This is going to do it for us this week. Thanks to Kyle Ayers. Guys, go follow Kyle Ayers. No joke. One of the funniest, wittiest guys I know. He's phenomenal. Go check out his podcast. Never seen it. Podcast. Subscribe to that. If you love movies or if you just love comedy and comedians, you will love that because it is something everyone can relate to. We have all been at a party or something where someone's like, oh yeah, dude, I love Breaking Bad. And you're like, I've never seen it. Like we've all been in that situation at some point, especially now with like too many shows to watch.
There's way too much to watch. Yeah.
Right. There's no way. Like I watched Mayor of Easttown and that's like the only thing that I've watched in the past like year other than that.
And it's only 7 episodes. So that was an easy one to knock out. But
right. Did you watch it?
I did watch it. Yeah.
What do you think of the Philly accent?
I thought it was terrible. I didn't think it was.
Hated it.
I didn't think it was accurate at all. I thought it was very forced. Like, I mean, I like,
and I take your word for it because
I like Philly accents, but I just don't think that. I don't think they did a good job. I mean, maybe it's just. I mean, it's got to be hard to try to pick up an accent as an actor, right?
Right.
And I think a lot of
Kate Winslet.
No, she said they're British,
right?
American
accent. Yeah, because she's British, doing an American accent, but doing an American Philly accent. That's got to be. I can't even do it. My mom's from Philly, and I can't do a Philly accent.
It's hard. But like the forced like Wooders, like that, like there was like stuff like that. Where, like, it's just like they like really squeeze that.
We're gonna go to the Wawa and get some water ice.
I actually didn't realize that Easttown was a real, because that's like close to like Westchester. Like that's like
it's right next to Westchester.
Yeah. yeah.
It's near Allentown. God,
is it?
I don't know. I just things.
I mean, it's probably somewhat close, but I didn't realize that Easttown was a real place until a couple episodes in that I looked it up. So
I love that. I love the Pennsylvania guy being like, "Is that even real?" Like I have to do that in Tennessee all the time. There's 95 damn counties in Tennessee.
Well, think about Easttown. That sounds like a fake name. Anyway.
It does sound very fake. I legit, like, it sounds so fake, to be honest with you. I didn't like the way that her name was Mare and my wife's name is Mare, and I was watching it with my wife. That was too confusing.
That's confusing.
Look, if you're married to a mayor or dating a mayor, don't watch Mayor of Easttown with her. All right, let's get out of here. We'll end on this. Dylan Taylor, of course, Fire Flames emojis for the show. Dylan Taylor, Fire Flames emoji.
Thanks,
that is,
Dylan.
dude. This is flame emoji. This was a flame emoji of a show. AD, you got anything for the road?
Good luck this year, Najee.
All right, how do I end this thing? What is it? What's the word I say? What is it? Ahoy?
Yes, ahoy.
Ahoy.